Hey YouTube, this is your girl Ronic. I hope all is well with you guys. Let me adjust my camera a little bit. And it's late as you can see, so I had to play with some lighting. So this is different for me because I'm usually natural light. So I had to make sure I had some type of lighting to do the recording of my vlog. So I'm very excited to come to you today with vlog number 22 updates. Yay! So let me tell you what this is about. So just in case as you watch it, if you want to stay in and tune in, I would love for you to. But if this is not a topic for you, then you may not want to tune in. But if it is, please subscribe to my channel, share this out, and I would love for you to stay tuned. So let's talk. This vlog is about my journey to full-time entrepreneurship and the struggles I go through in life and what I'm doing at the current time, updates of how the business is growing, how's it going, what I'm doing now. So if you guys have been tuned in and you've been following along, you have noticed that a lot of growth has happened this year. So I like this one quote that says, I'm trying to think, guys. So it always says like it seems like it takes 10 years to have that one, I think it's one night or one day where your life just changes overnight. And a lot of people say it happens like that. Like they're just grinding, going, and then just like one night they wake up and everything just changes. And it's different time frames for everybody. So this is my journey. I'm giving myself about just a quick scenario. The same time that I was in corporate, my daughter will be 24. So I've been working since I was 15. So that was a very long time, and I worked for one company for 15 years. So for me, I was like, I'm going to build a business, and I was going to make sure that I spend the same time that I was in corporate to build my business, to hit hit my goals and continue to grow. So that's kind of where I'm at. So, but I'm in year 3, so I'm still at the very beginning stages, kind of in kindergarten, if that makes sense. Not kindergarten, first grade, elementary. I'm elementary. Sorry, I almost said kindergarten. So I'm in elementary. So I stick to 3 basic things, and we get right into it: struggles, growth, and what's to come. So let's talk about struggles. I would like to get struggles out the way. So struggles right now. Well, one thing I noticed with now that I found Arthur Unlimited and I'm co-founder of my JBC. And as your organization or business grow, as you a small business owner, when you first start off, you really do put yourself into your business, and it's kind of intertwined. Like the brand is intertwined, and everything else is intertwined. Depending upon your goals, that may be fine, and that be where be have you need to keep it or where you need to have it. But if your goals are to really build like a business, organization, etc., or a business that is very much standalone, then you're gonna have to eventually, of course, take the you out of it. So, and then begin to brand yourself separately. So I'm in that process because a lot of different things happen this year, a lot of growth things happen, and so I'm in the process of making sure that I am standalone brand, and then my business is a standalone brand. So that's a process. You always have to go through the process to get to the progress. It's not gonna be an overnight thing. So I'll be constantly pulling things, out of or separate my business from myself, if that makes sense. And I'm really working on that right now because a lot of things. Listen to my last vlog. You get to hear all the growth and all the things that happened this past year, and so it's that time for me to start doing that process. So anytime like I start to rebrand or change for growth, etc., I usually give myself, a good year or so to really get the things separated. So I'm learning a lot. And then like really deciding what do I want my personal brand to say, because we're in a different world today. So being a small business owner, or going into the next level, a lot of people want to know like a little bit more about the owner, what they do, etc. How are they, or what's their personality, etc. It's just the world that we're in today. So but you still want your business to stand alone. So I think of one good corporation to kind of look at this as, let's talk about T-Mobile. T-Mobile is a standalone business. Everybody knows T-Mobile is his own brand. But if you follow the CEO right now, he does his Sundays cooking with him live on Facebook. I think he calls it Crockpot Sundays or something. And then he'll show sometimes where he's working out, etc. So he has his own brand, but he's the president CEO of T-Mobile, you don't really think of, when you think of T-Mobile, you think of T-Mobile. You know, T-Mobile's cell phone company is T-Mobile. You think of him, you know, he's the CEO of T-Mobile, but you get to see a little bit side of him. So think about it in that regards of how do you really still connect with your clients, potential customers, and get your business to grow. So I'm in the process of separating because my end goal is definitely the business needs to be able to stand alone, be its own entity without, you know, me being an entity inside of it. Of course, I will still be involved, etc., because I'm the founder, whatever, but that brand needs to stand alone. So that's what I'm in the process of doing. And yes, it is definitely challenging, difficult, because now I have more things on my plate because I'm building two things, and now I'm working on separating the brand. So that's, you know, reorganizing my time and handling time management, and then understanding what I really want that message to be for my business. What does the message need to be for my brand? And then what does the message need to be, you know, for my GABC? So just understanding all those things and getting that done. So how do I handle those transitions, or like when you get ready and you go through growth? Because that's another transition. When you're at one level and then you start to get to another level, you become, it's more uncomfortable because you're getting pushed through the growth phase. So then you have to then readjust. You may have to step back and say, okay, I need to cut back on something so I can figure this out until I get my schedule back right, and then I can come back. So like when we stepped into the journey of building the My GABC, I had to step back on some other things like social media, some other things, till I got my schedule, my day-to-day schedule down, and now I'm ready to come back. So now I'm like, okay, now I can put the social media back in because I'm on track personally. And one thing I always want to encourage people to do is to make sure that you are focused on balance. And I'll do a vlog on balance altogether, and that's what we'll talk about. And the things I do to balance out my day, and how do I control the schedule, because you gotta run your day will run you. I see that sometimes too, and I mean, so you have to learn how to really run your day, or your day will run you, and you gotta work that out. Trust me, if you put it in early, it won't be hard to do. It will be difficult, especially when you go through growth times, because then you have to get back to making sure you're running that day, and you have to adjust through that period. But it's totally possible. Everybody does it. You don't go to Walmart when it's closed. You don't go to any store when it's closed. You know, when it's open, people wait. So remember that. I always remember that. So that's one thing. So that's struggles right now. As far as growth, a lot of more inquiries. I challenged myself about a week and a half ago, to get back on active on social media, because I had really stepped away. Just to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I was doing like the normal posting, but I really stepped away from the lives, from the periscoping. I hadn't been doing any of that, like really connecting with folks. And I've done that for about a week and a half, and I can tell you my inquiries have went up. So I know I'm always focused on growth to hit my end goals. So I'm thinking, like, of course I'm executing what I have to do now and next year, but I'm really like, okay, my goal for 5-10 years from now, I have to be really delivering on things for that growth. A lot of that growth is you getting out in front of people, and making sure people know that you're here and visible. And those are things that usually develop in the next year or so. And see, a lot of people don't think about that. They think of concentrate on what they're doing right then and there, which is very important, of course. But you also have to be focused on growth to really get to the next level. So that is where I had to make sure I got back active and stay active. I'm like, I have to figure that out. I knew I had to. I was just like, I just got to do it. So that's what I did. So that's the growth part, because the inquiries have went up since this is a little week and a half. Wow. So just imagine, I was really missing out on a huge segment of me growing my business, and now my personal brand, and now I'm already seeing results. Okay. So, and turning them into clients, of course. So is the next thing, transition them to the clientele, into customers. So the next thing, as far as growth is concerned, the chamber's going well. That is growing um, in the pace that I like to see. I'm all about organic growth. So, but we will be doing some heavy pushing come 2018. So we'll see where that goes. And it hasn't. The chamber's still very new too. We just opened May 25th of 2017. So officially. And then a lot is going on back there in the behind the scenes, etc. So forth. A lot. So what's coming for me next? 2018, I am going to push my brand like I did my first year. Um, Add some things in back from the first year, just so I can get back in front of people, meet, some really expand my network again. So I'm gonna kind of go ahead and map out logistically where I want to be at and when for the year in 2018, and really push the brand again. So I'm working, so I've been getting some things done on the back end so that I can do that. So that's one thing I will be working on. And then for as far as the chamber, just continue with that, going through that strategic plan as well. I have some client goals for R3 Unlimited, some member goals for the My GABC, and just continue to build teams. I'm in the process of building teams too. So, of course, building the team for the chamber and building the team for R3 Unlimited, so that I can scale properly. So that's the other thing I'm working on. And then keeping everything in balance while I'm doing it. So, because I have a personal life, I promise I do. Keep my personal life in balance, keeping my health in balance, working out. I don't really have any goals, weight loss goals, guys, at all. I don't want to gain any more weight or gain any weight. If it makes any sense. I just kind of want to stay where I'm at. I really don't have any goals so far. I've lost 100 pounds. I used to weigh like 350. But I really don't have a goal of like being like this super fit person. Not to say that it won't come later on in life, but right now I'm not focused on that. I'm more just focused on my general health, making sure my blood pressure is good, making sure I exercise 3 times a week, eat 80% healthy, 20% bad, drink my water, kind of day. Like if you don't think I drink water all the time, I drink water all the time. I have water bottles everywhere. People say I drink water. So, that's pretty much it. Nothing really, really big there as far as health. Just really staying where I'm at and keeping that intact for now. Not to say, like I said, later, because your goals change as you grow, etc. in life. Maybe then I will, but I'm really focused on other things right now. And really just making sure that I am doing my part to help the narrative that is coming for our community, that they're saying that in 2053 we'll have zero median wealth. I'm not with that. Like, I can't debate with anybody about anything at all anymore. Like, if you don't get it, it's just like whatever. I don't care what culture you are. That is not of my concern. It's like the folks that are focused and that are building and are really putting things out that will help change that narrative. That's who I'm really looking to connect with and help them to grow. The initiatives that I'm seeing that are really specific and really focused on that narrative that really can help make some changes in the next 5 years. Those are the people that I'm kind of looking at to really grow with and connect with. So that's kind of where I've been kind of repositioning a lot of different things, because we have to get serious about that. I'm not with leaving our kids or their kids in that situation. That's just unacceptable. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Well, that's all for this vlog update. I am going to come back and I'm going to do a vlog on balance, so I can give you more tips on what I do to balance my day and how do I handle my time management, etc., so that can really help you. So like I always say, whenever you watch this vlog, hopefully you're having a great morning, a good evening, or a good night. I said that wrong. A good morning, a good afternoon, or a good night. And if you want to connect with me, go to www.r3unlimited.com. You can book your appointment, find out what we have coming up next, or check out my link tree /iamronicmwest. Bye.